Welcome back, guys, to Octopath Traveller, where last episode we started off Ophilia's final chapter, heading into Whispermill and promptly being captured by a cult. With Mattias as its leader and Lianna to be his Vestal, we head into the Ebony Cavern to stop a sister from heading down the wrong path.
Thank you very much.
I thank every one of you. By your aid, the moment we have awaited is nigh.
Huh?
Did the Savior just praise me? Oh, glorious day! As you command, Savior, we will serve. It is duly appreciated. Long did we search, and finally we have discovered this long-lost altar of old. And now, allow me to introduce the lovely young woman who shall serve as my Vestal.
Come on.
And perform the ritual that will loosen Galdera's bonds and bring us unspeakable power. Lianna, reach out and touch the ember with your own flesh. As you do, keep your dearest wish in your heart.
Right.
Yes!
Please!
Please bring my father back to me!
That's right.
More! More! Pray until the very heart bursts into flame!
Father?
This is what you deceived your dear sister for. This is all you have ever wanted.
But why?
What's happening? The flame. It's turning black.
Come on.
We're almost there, Lianna. Keep praying. But... Or do you not care about your father either? Father... Ophilia!
Oh?
Hey, what's the matter? You... What's going on?
What?
What's happening? The villagers...
That's right.
The sacrifices, you mean?
But why?
Sacrifices? Sacrifices the dark flame! The accursed flame of Octopath! What? It is said that the ember born by the flame bearer reflects the bearer's heart. You, with your all-consuming desire to revive the dead, have bound this ember to the darkness of the afterworld. Power over life and death. That is the power that was sealed away. That is the power of the accursed flame. For every life it snuffs out, it groweth ever stronger. This is the power I have sought. The power of the dark flame. This world will be mine.
What?
No, this can't be.
I'll not allow it!
I think not.
Ophilia?
Why you?
What are you doing here? Lianna, you've been a bad girl, haven't you? But it matters not. The ritual is all but complete. I will not let you interfere now. Loyal servants of the Dark Flame! Put a stop to this meddling woman once and for all. Is this a boss or a goon fight?
To you.
A goon fight.
Come in, if thou darest. I will cut him down.
Well, we know roughly what they're weak to. Light and swords. Sword light, basically.
My turn.
So can I break one before it attacks? Yes, I can. Right, so you chose to buff. If I just go for the backline break on this turn,
I'll not be defeated.
and follow up on the front line because that'll be fairly easy to do.
What to do?
Out of my way.
Got all the SP we need.
Come in, if thou darest.
We'll do a big AoE nuke following on to this.
I'll do my best.
And easily be able to sort them out. Of
The
course it's
flame
not a
guides
boss.
us true.
Goons. As Treza's so close to leveling, but Ophilia levels up just in time.
You can hold your own in battles, sister.
I will not fall to a monster like you.
And yet, it is all in vain. The ritual will not stop unless Lianna gives up her heart's desire. And she will not give that up as long as she lives. If you truly wish to stop us, then strike her down. If you have the courage to slay your dear sister.
Lianna! I'm sorry, Feely. Lianna, think about what you are doing! I can't. I just want to see him again. I can't think of anything else. Lianna. What can I do? What can I say to get through to her? What counsel would you give me? Your Excellency. Father. That's it! Lianna, don't you remember the bird? We were playing behind the chapel when we found a dead bird on the ground. Remember, Lianna. Remember Father's words. The poor birdie. It's cold. Can't it fly anymore? Maybe it's just too cold. We should warm it by the fire. But it's not moving. At all. Do you think the birdie died? Poor birdie. What should we do, Anna? I don't know.
Whatever is the matter, my girls?
The little birdie died. Mother, please. Can't you bring it back to life? Please.
Oh dear. I see. Listen to me, my girls. Once a living creature has passed on from this world, it cannot return.
But why?
That is the way that our gods made us, I'm afraid.
That's so sad. Why would the gods be so cruel?
It is sad, Lianna. This is true. But in return, the gods gave us a gift. They gave us the joy of life.
The joy of life? But what's so good about life if we all just die in the end?
All things that live must one day pass through those solemn gates. But it is because we know that our time is limited that we know to enjoy each day that we have. Didn't it make the two of you happy to meet one another?
I was happy too.
That is the joy of life. And besides, even after we die, it does not mean we are entirely gone.
We're not, but...
Lianna, Ophilia, close your eyes for a moment. I want you to think of that little bird.
Okay. Like this?
Is the bird flapping its wings?
It's flying.
That's because the bird lives on in your heart.
Does it really? But it's not really.
You are both smart girls. Someday you will even understand the mysteries of death. Time softens the sharp edges of grief, and those you have lost live on in your heart, so long as you do not forget them. Someday, I too will pass through those gates. It is inevitable. But when that day comes, pray remember me, that I might live on forever in your hearts.
Those who have passed live on in our hearts. That is what Father told us. He wanted us to remember him as he was. Please remember him. Lianna! It's all coming back to me now. Father.
Preposterous! The flame grows weak!
I will not forgive you for trifling with Lianna's heart!
You would insist on meddling until the very last. It all would have succeeded if only Lianna had been the one to perform the kindling. Why did it have to be you? Why? You and your ilk bring nothing but misery to this world. But it ends today. Today, the dark flame feeds upon you!
And so the battle begins. Will I be in the way of his
Here and
face?
now.
Yeah, you bet. And he has one glorious
Stop all the
pose.
pretty words you like. You know the truth. She will never again know the happiness she once did.
There's talking in the middle of a boss fight?
Why do you rob your sister of the hope I offer her? What else does she have but that futile wish?
She still has so much more, whether she sees it or not. Every tie you have to another person, small though it might be, will help you rise again when you have fallen. My turn now.
And so the battle begins. Well, that's his fabulous. He's just enjoying his life. He, at first look, has a trident, but it's actually candles with, you know, the flames at the top. So if he hits me with that, yeah, I might be into a bit of melty wax. Ow, ow, ow. But I'm not sure how appropriate that'll be as a weapon. Unless he uses the other end. That would make a lot more sense. Well, I'm going to cover up his handsome face again. You're not allowed to see it. It's my handsome face, you can see. I'll be like... Oh, no, boy. That'll work. Right, here we go! So how do we start this off? Well, first of all, of course, we want to find out everything we can.
Allow me to have a look.
Because if we can find an elemental weakness, we can use the ruins.
Here I go!
Obviously, he probably will change because it's only 4 weaknesses, so... We've got some elemental defense. Will he cast magic or not? We've got elemental defense on many characters. We get leg hold trap on. We could get some attack down on him would be good as well as an option. Because that's how we've basically been starting most of the fights we've been doing thus far.
Feel the power!
But essentially, everyone with light rune will be able to break him really easily. Right, it looks like he is using spell damage. And it is going on to the very specific person. See, here's the other thing. We need BP, and we don't have, this time, a BP maker. So, this will be a lot harder or slower battle than what we've managed to do in previous fights. So, targeting Hannah, are you? That's very kind.
Better than a snare.
Let's start the debuff phase. Technically, I've already got buffs, which is pretty damn good. So I want to use... I just keep using Shackle Foe because it levels on for 3 turns. I want to use Armor Corrosive before I actually begin attacking.
Well then.
I obviously need to heal to start off with here, unless I use Hannah to heal herself. And actually just go for a Blizzard on this turn. To be honest, he's going to attack no matter what.
Allow me to have a look.
So Axes is an option. So we can hit a double weakness with Trezor here. That's looking pretty good.
This will help.
Let's get Hannah back in the frame.
What to do?
And here goes the Light Rune.
Light!
Alright, now this is what was expected. AoEs. Horrible, horrible AoEs. But we have a lot of elemental defense. So that's going to work out quite well for us. So now it's time to start mass healing. Because we know we're going to break this turn. Because of runes. So basically, if I attack... Does Hannah have axes as well? Yeah, Hannah has axes. I have to attack once. And that does a lot.
Out of my way.
So let us get Armor Corrosive on.
I see the defenses.
We haven't got Leg Hold Trap anymore. There's our first break.
Well then.
Oh, you just didn't have enough. Now, I could have buffed SP and got multiple pursuits on our enemy here. But that's not going to happen this turn. Because I moved first, sadly. I could analyze the last weakness, or I could even go for an attack. To be honest, I generally like to defend on this turn. But that said, he's using spells. Do I do that?
I will reflect your barbs.
Because you've been attacking Hannah, and Hannah doesn't have the elemental defense buff up.
Beginning.
So let's allow her to ignore that a little bit, eh? So Brand's Thunder will actually come in with a pursuit.
I wreak havoc upon thee.
And Swords is a weakness. It's not going to be a big pursuit because of who it is, but, you know. Ava's Reckoning has a pursuit!
Time to steal the show.
Let's do it.
I know you can't see his beautiful face. Do you know what? Let's just go with his beautiful face for this. I like his beautiful face. We need to see him in all his glory. All his glorious glory. Just, He's so beautiful. Wouldn't you say? Most beautiful man I've ever met. Pursuit!
Bonds of love and friendship are but fragile things. They all break in the end. All of them.
No, we will never be broken apart. I believe in Lianna.
Oh, you sound quite confident. I wonder how long you will cling to that.
As long as it puts you in the ground at this point. Oh, we got Reflect. Haha!
Out of my way.
Suck it. You didn't hit at it. Right, so that's a good option too when you think about it. So, following up, we don't need anti-normal attack on him. Just like the armor. Break would be good every turn. Also, we can just keep doing these pursuits to knock him to a value we want to have him at. before we really go in?
This should help.
I mean, we can get the breaks.
Here I go!
We will have the break on the next turn. What about I not attack? Yeah. I not attack. I will use Transfer Rune again. I don't really need to use it for anything when I think about it. So we're going to break him on the next turn, and then attack him on the turn after that, where Hannit and that will have light pursuit and more. So that's fine. I should use Transfer Rune anyway, because I've just figured out possibly one use for it this turn.
Letting the hunt begin.
So we're going to attack with Hannit. Actually, attack with swords. And that gets the pursuit. We move over to the next turn. No, no, second serving. Oh. You ruined everything.
What to do?
Hannit. Hannit. Why? Hannit, why? I forgot. Second serving. Damn it. I wanted basically Farron to cast Armor Corrosive this turn and then attack on the next. That would have worked.
Let me help.
Alright, we know the biggest amount of damage we can do is Ava's Reckoning. I wanted to Transfer Rune Arrest to get more SP. Oh, poison. Pursuit.
Letting the hunt begin.
Alright, so it's probably just best off to do a normal attack with you this turn. Get small pursuit damage. Oh, second serving. More pursuit damage.
I'll not be defeated.
See, here's what I was planning to do.
Prepare yourself! Elfric, bring out the flame!
But that kind of went to the wayside a little bit.
The desire to revive her dear father meant far more to Lianna than your fragile bonds of sisterhood. You were never her true family. Admit it! One such as you cannot save her from her sorrow and despair.
I was once saved by her kindness and her love. She pulled me out of the darkness I had shut myself away in. This time, I will save her! I will not lose to you!
You are a nuisance and nothing more! Disappear from me! Once Lianna will have nothing left to cling to but Galterra and her savior!
Alright, so we got 8. But we know we can break that pretty easily. Oh! He reflects himself to death! Excellent! That's how he reflected himself to death. What a moron! What a moron! Oh well, that's great. He only had that much HP left. What? Monologue, evil monologue. Haha. Handsome faces, stupid people. Yeah. Well, that was an interesting win. I'll take that. Well, the reflect was good on Hannit just to defend me. You could have got reflect across the party. So if you had the dancer skill, you could have got reflect across everyone and basically made all those attacks unavoid. And that would have been invulnerability for that fight. It was an interesting one to have actual talking conversation during it. Was there more dialogue lines if I kept going and broke him further? But in the end, with the pursuit and the whatnot, I just broke him and destroyed him, even if it didn't go exactly as I wanted. Nice win. As we get Mattias' scepter.
Impossible!
Well, you did it yourself. This cannot be. You, an ignorant, naive fool of a girl like you.
Exactly.
It's as you say. We're both ignorant, naive girls. But we did both know the love of our father. His love gave us strength. Love, you say? So you cling to this love of yours and go on living. Ridiculous! I have no need for such... Ooh! Poof! What a sad man you were.
Ophilia... No.
It's alright, Lianna. But Yes, to be honest.
Such a relief.
You're alive and together with me. That is what matters now. We'll just ignore those dead people. Oh, they're alive! That's why they didn't go poof. Where am I? Phew. Okay, she's clean. She's clean.
Oh my!
The villagers seem to have regained their senses, and the ember has returned to its true color.
Ophilia... Now then.
Come, Lianna. Let's guide these people back to the village. Let us return to Flamesgrace and see the kindling to its proper end. It's time we return to where we belong, Lianna. But ditch the evil robe as we go. Even though it looks good. The Great Cathedral of Flamesgrace. I expected no less of Sister Ophilia, of course.
Yes.
She may still be young, but she is a beacon of hope to us all.
Indeed.
Doubtless His Excellency is looking upon her from the afterworld with joy.
Ophilia Flamebearer.
Pray, give your ember unto the great flame.
Yes.
Your Holiness.
O great Elfric, bringer of the flame. To you I offer my soul and my blood. With your first flame, I kindle this fire. May it forever shelter the people of this land. Through the sacrament of the kindling, grant us your mercy and your blessing. As the gods are my witness, the kindling has been done.
We thank you, Sister Ophilia. You have done our church a great service.
Thank you, Your Holiness.
Take as much time as you need to rest and recover before resuming your duties.
You are too kind, Your Holiness. Thank you. How fares Sister Lianna?
I fear she remains in her chambers. I left food, but she barely touched it.
I see. Anna, it's me. I'm coming in. All right? It's such a lovely day outside. Won't you come out and see it? Lianna. I'm sorry, Feely. Please, just leave me alone. She's been saying that ever since we got back, and I've given her what she wants, but not today.
Right, time to talk some sense into you? Or to even guide you somewhere. Through life, I'd say. So Lianna actually has a skill. Restore health. You mean heal. It's not that hard to get. The flame guide your path. Ophilia, where are you going?
Lianna, you're coming with me.
What? Ophilia?
Come on!
The guiding really is just the pulling by the ear every time, isn't it? 100%. It's kidnapping, not guiding. Well, where are we off to, guys? Where are we off to? Can you know if you come across the cathedral? The place I'm not allowed to go to, or even use a path action? This is where the true enemy awaits us. How do I get up there again? Because I'm supposed to be heading up top of the cliff, right? There we go. Secret path.
This is... Remember when you first brought me here? I was so happy when you did. You helped me find my own feet and stand again, when I thought I'd be lost forever. Out of all the things you tried to tell me, to reach me in my despair, there was one thing you said. It was what truly saved me. Do you remember, Lianna?
I'm sorry, Feely. I don't.
You said... If you frown all the time, even sweet cakes will taste sour.
Did I really say that?
Finally, a smile!
What?
Lianna, this time, it's my turn to save you.
Feely?
Father lives on in your heart. Can you hear what he's saying to you now? He's telling you not to give up on the joy of life.
You're right, Feely. He is, isn't he?
So snap out of it, you sourpuss!
Oh, Feely.
Oh, it's beautiful up here today, isn't it?
More beautiful than I've ever seen it. Feely?
Yes?
Thank you for everything.
It is my pleasure to serve, Sister Lianna.
You're impossible, did you know that?
Well, I learned from the best.
Feely, we'll always have each other, won't we?
Of course we will.
Thank you for bringing me back to the light.
I told you, didn't I? I did learn from the best.
So Ophilia's Chapter 4 is complete, and it comes to an end yet again. As the two girls still stay in Flame's grace, wondering what fate will befall them next. And that is half of our Chapter 4's done! We've done half, I can't believe it. We're getting there. We're getting through it all. Anyone to steal from? He says. Flame's grace has already been pilfered. Right then, Mattias went poof. So all bodies go poof in this world. That's an interesting thing to learn. As we wrap things up. Well, let's move on. Right, so next up. What do we do? Where do we go? We're halfway there. We're living on a prayer. Technically a prayer that Ophilia gave. Don't pray to the Dark God, though. That just makes people fall unconscious. Do you think Whispermill will be a bit more open at this point in time? That's what I'm wondering first of all. But I think it's time for us to visit a shrine. Try to find out what it is, and then go from there.
Hello.
We're in Whispermill, the village on the frontier of the Flatlands. A small farming village. There's nothing special here beyond our windmills. Well, these enjoy a stay, though. I can steal from the people now. Hooray! What I always wanted to do. We saved the town, so we can steal everything. Yay! Yay! That's what we meant to do. To this shrine, and you'll make it, I swear. Whoa! Let's inquire around Whispermill now that we can actually explore the town. So, a man who lost his childhood sweetheart to sickness before they were married. Though not a day goes by without him thinking of what could have been. He takes comfort in his memories of their times together and tries to make the most of his lot in life. Poor to always have a love die young. It's like, I guess it's what anyone fears when they actually like couple up with someone, like the most. It's that one thing where you like you're in a relationship, and the other person's life generally stands like well above the value of your own. Like if in an acceptance level, you'd actually, if one of you were to go, you prefer it be you and not them, and they keep living, but then you'd put them through the heartache, and it's like someone has to live on through it. Sucks. A man with a reputation for knowing all the latest gossip. Even rumours from the far side of the world are no exception. Rumours have somehow managed to outpace travellers and merchants. However, none can vouch for the veracity of his words. Right, let us steal yet again. Enlightening bracelet. An enlightening ring. Too bad these people weren't enlightened in any way, shape or form before we came here. Then they wouldn't have fallen to my stealery. A man who always seems to be smiling regardless of the circumstance. As such, he is often asked to ask as intermediary to help resolve disputes. No matter how heated discussions may become, his expression remains unchanged. It's those people I actually find like really scary. Like if there's something really heated argument, or someone's really going at someone, and someone's just standing there going, that's creepy. A non-changing, smiling expression is creepy. To me. Right, well, we'll take the Death Cleaver from him, which is a really good axe. 380 damage. Critical of 140. He got me. Somehow I've already failed at something here. There we go, stolen. So we now have the Death Cleaver. As if we needed any more cleavers of that kind of nature. I think that should go for Alfin, shouldn't it, really? Unless Alfin's got the other side of things, I don't know. Chester's there just going, axes! Right, well, some more nuts. We still haven't even given out all the nuts that we've been getting since the stealing phase as well. A young man who has lived in Whispermill since he was a child. Ever since his pet passed away, he's preferred to stay inside, but has lately come to miss the great outdoors he and his dog used to explore together. A hidden item indeed. Right, well, there's also quests, which there weren't before. Or were there before? I can't even remember for the life of me. Yeah, sorry, Shell. An old coin is gained as we inquire. A man who lives in the village with his wife. He fell into a depression after their son died of a deadly disease. Seeing her in such a state pained him terribly. It was only after they conceived another child that both husband and wife grew more hopeful for the future. Another hidden item is gained. There's no one to steal from in here, was there? Did we actually steal from him, or did we inquire first? Steal! Soulstones galore. We'll take all the goods. And now we'll find out what this is. No, Thracio, you wanted me to, like, get you, like, the school stuff. Or actually, I've got to bring a professor to you, probably. Professor Bastet. Maybe I should have done some more scouting, he says. That woman's not anymore. Bit modest accommodations, that's for sure. Alright, we're going to steal the lovely gems, the light nut, and the fire cell stones. And inquire. Right, a friendly woman who grows wheat in a whisper mill. She also makes and shares sweets with her neighbours, which has led her to be quite liked within the village. But they were all Marmite sweets. A woman who lives in the village with her husband. When their son died of sickness, she fell into a deep sadness for a time. However, after becoming pregnant with another child, she has found renewed happiness. We now have a discount at the inn. And some fruit, which I will take gleefully. Right, it's a hidden item in the gel now. A commemorative coin. Don't know how much money that gets me. And a spirit emblem basket, as there's just one person left. Sledgehammer. I want to be. Stimulating necklace for a maximum amount of ATSP. Inquire yet again. An elderly woman residing in Whisper Mills. 6 months ago, her husband passed away when a terrible sickness ravaged the village. Everyone generally has a story in this town, but that's why they were taken in. Every day she visits his grave to speak with him, as she regrets taking him for granted when he was alive. Well, the residents of the town will be more accepting to our guidance. But all the same, we completed things. What was your quest again? He's raising the price to use the mills again. It's not like I've got any choice. Can't make money without windmill, so what am I supposed to do? Tilting at windmills. Who's raising the price? There can't be that many men. Okay, you're getting sick and tired of toiling in the village. Brian. Okay, so this Brian is somewhere else, somewhere. I didn't read out the stuff, did I? That would make more sense. Yeah, you want to know where to find Brian? Probably won't find him anywhere in the village. He loves his drink, so he'll be off in some town big enough to have an ale house or the like. I've heard that Brian's actually quite the coward, though. A few tough words and all his bravado just disappears. So I can find Brian of the Mill in some other town. That's not actually even hard to look for. He says, but then he remembers there's 3 times the towns of people. Place that is big enough to have an ale house. Is that specifically like a massive pub? This is my questions. What are my answers? Well, I think, do you know what? We got the time. Let us finally use these nuts that are massive amounts. Massively increases elemental attack. Technically now that is great on everyone due to pursuit. Greatly increases physical attack. Then it'd be nice to see how much we're getting for each one, or we could just make super party members like Olbrick full physical attack. Never go full physical. All the same, we've got our next adventure to go on, so I don't know who we would want to go with. Let's go with Cyrus, Trezor, and Alfin for now. Go forward with them. Let's just go forward with Hannah. Level them up. Let's go find out the shrine kind of place. Oh, we got a travel banter in town. I've got a question. Are you good at writing letters? Letters? Can't say I am. Talking's quicker. I also write letters. When I put my thoughts to paper, they become clearer to me. So, do you deliver them as well? Yes. If there's someone I would have known my feelings, I give the letter in person. That's mighty wise of you. A letter is important. You don't want to have some daft fool losing one. Are you speaking from experience? It's like this. I kind of messed up once, a long time ago. Oh? I was still just a kid. There was a girl in our village called Mercedes. Me and her and my buddy Zeph would play together from dawn to dusk most days. When Zeph and I studied late into the night, she'd bring us sweets she baked. But then one day we found out she was going to be sent off to live with distant relatives. Way over to the other side of the Middle Sea she was going. Chances are we never see her again. How sad. Well, Zeph wrote her a letter and he gave it to me. She said she was too shy to give it to her himself, and asked me to deliver it for him. Turns out he was sweet on Mercedes. Haha, the plot to thicken. Of course, I said I'd deliver his letter. I was his best pal after all. So on the day that Mercedes was leaving, I headed to her house. But then I found out that her coachman had started taking sick and was too ill to drive the cart. I gave him a salve and some medicine, and after a while he was back on his feet. You can imagine I was pretty chuffed with myself that I could help. But Mercedes looked so sad sitting up there on top of the cart. Thank you, she said. Why didn't Zeph come to say goodbye? That was the last I saw of her. Headed back home, ruminating about this and that. But clean forgetting about Zeph's letter. By the time I remembered, it was too late. Oh, thou didst not. Oh, thou didst not. Somehow I'm not surprised. So what did you do with the letter? I gave it back to Zeph with my apologies, along with some fish from the river. Taught me a good lesson, that little incident did. Oh, what was that? Deliver your own letters. Words to live by. Just so. But if you're delivering your own letter, you could just talk to them! What? Distance! Here, have this, bye. What? That sounds like something you do to say to someone I hate you, more than someone I like you, in a proper manner. Like, I want you to read this letter, and now I'm going to be a complete and utter bitch to you in it. Ha ha ha! That sounds like that! Just talk. Just talk. Honest, it's fine, she was a car, no harm done. Oh, ha ha ha. Onwards to adventure we go! We're not sending any letters, there's no onwards to mail for us. Right, the only shrine that I can remember the placement of is this one over here. I'm pretty sure there's one, yeah, there's one at Duskware. So let's go to said shrine, and then work out what we're gonna do. I think that would work best. Seems I haven't got any of the quests done for here still. I probably don't have any solutions either. Because I think one of them is just go to the nearest place, isn't it? Yeah, the ancient ruins outside of town, and the other one is do something else along the lines of fight something else outside of places. I should probably check out the L house.
It's like this.
Yeah. A guy in the ruins, which means I probably want to take Ulbrich whenever I go there. Alright, Treza's just hanging out. I don't see any Brian, unless Treza is going by the dual identity of Brian, using her mercantile skill to run the mills of Whispermill to the ground. Did you kind of get the pun there? Because it grounds into flour? Yeah? Run it into the ground? No, it's the really bad pun, actually. I explained the joke. Oh well. Oh well. I wonder how much job points you have, Cyrus. Okay, we need 10k. If you had 10k, we could get you that elemental buff. So I guess we explore out here a little bit, though we want to be reaching the shrine, which is up top. So we won't go right here. Better save after beating a boss, though. Honest, explain the joke is the biggest mistake? Yeah. I thought my awkwardness would elevate the situation.
Come on, I've got better things to do.
I'm still fabulous! I'm realizing I can't really do much to help.
What is the logical course of action?
Lightning! Many lightning!
Come if thou darest.
Alright, let's get a level slash across. That'll leave us with but one more enemy left.
Here we go.
So if... Oh, you've only got axes because you... Misclick. Oops. Let's make you a hunter, I guess. Slightly anticlimactic there. A little bit. Oops. Oh well! It's fine, he says. Right, we're basically into the market of finding out what this place is more than going into there just yet, and then devising a strategy.
Teach you a lesson.
Because hopefully, names can give us a good clue as to what we wish to do.
Here goes nothing.
Yeah, I changed it to axes, and now it goes to that. The other ones aren't weak to axes, okay. I thought they would be.
Let my arrow fly and true.
Well, let's use Arrow Storm. Okay, the other one's not weak to that. And we can take out one with Ferion's Steel S being. And it's the correct target in terms of the order of things.
Nothing will quiet the storm.
So we need to take out guy in the front, Steel SP on the other, then
Here we go.
we can sort out with Cyrus to finish it up. It surprised me if Cyrus didn't actually have a staff equipped right now. Oh, why did...
What next?
Steel SP, Sam. Oh, poo.
Now, what next?
Try a different element.
Attempt this to find.
Yeah, he's not got a staff on. Oops.
My turn. I appreciate it. Really.
Oh, there's one down.
Bring it on.
No staff is on that man.
Let's get down to piss calls for sure.
We can do a bit of damage there.
Coming.
It's kind of the finisher we need at this point.
Coming. I will cut him down.
There we go. Failures.
The hunt ends.
Best player. Let's get the first aid there, and then realise, like, for example, equipment for you. Yeah, you've got a makeshift staff. Mafia Scepter we didn't check out. The element attack is 268. Occasionally decreases target's element attack. It's less than the Wizard's Rod, but it's more than other things, so we'll definitely take that as our staff of choice. And the other side of things, everyone else has weapons, but now, of course, Cyrus has an ability to actually use his. So once we find out what this place is, we can maybe consider what we're doing.
I'll make it
Two-headed snakes! Loved if you got an elemental weakness.
out of my way.
What axes we want? I'm looking fabulous as a dancer, sure. But I need to know more. Well, I know that daggers is still to the left of axes. So we struck lucky there. And we do have axes, so we can break one. We could have got second 7 on the M1, I guess.
Bring it on.
Double axe.
Interesting dilemma.
Yes.
Attempt this to find Del Rey.
Nope, didn't find it. Didn't even get a kill.
Coming.
Just randomly annoyed at the accuracy of that boy Alphin. He's not the best combatant we've ever used, that's for sure.
I appreciate it. Really.
Oh wow, they have HP.
Here we go. This calls for certain.
Okay, one's down. They have more HP than I reckon they would have had. And they're not weak to fire or blizzard. He's actually still allowed to attack again.
An interesting dilemma.
Lightning!
Nothing will quiet the storm.
No?
I appreciate it.
Finish him off. Oh, they've got quite a bit of evade on them as well. Ethereal's missing
Don't
too.
start things you can't finish.
Maybe I'll give Alphin a break on that one. Shrine of the Archmagus. Okay, so we can easily guess what we're up against. So now that we've come here and we found the name, it's time to devise strategy and party. Of course, we went into the last one with what I'd consider to be the strongest party that we had. This changes things a bit. Because now... I mean, he's called an Archmagus. It's going to use spells. So it's time to use a strategy in the bank, isn't it? We need we need Prim. Right. What do we need, Prim? Yeah, let's take Prim. Alright. I don't know why I had to, like, try to think on my hands there. For some reason that was helping. So we take Prim, we'll take Alphin, yeah, and we'll take Trezor. So... Trezor, Ruin Lord, still to pass on stuff in case there is physical, so we can use Sidestep. But in some respects, I'd consider that unlikely, because why would you use physical as an Archmagus? You're not that great! But what we could do is we can put Ferian... Do we put Ferian? Yes, we put Ferian. Or Alfin. We could put Ferian as a hunter. Yeah. But there's too many buffs on him. So let's count down like the buffs and debuffs we want. If he's a magic caster, we probably don't want minus attack. We will want minus defense because we want to do more damage. And leg hold trap to just make things at the end. We'll want Trezor to strike weaknesses with Ruin Strike. Alfin to concoct BP. Primrose, or you know, Alfin to use Finger to use item on everyone, I don't know. And Primrose to use her special to allow Reflect on whoever is a cleric to cast everyone. We want Ferion as a cleric. And then that should just lead to the probably most easiest win ever. If we're thinking like as a pure caster, basically we could have done it on the last boss. So, and he was a pure caster, he barely attacked melee. So thinking with that in mind, let's see if that works. This is where he's going to be like really good at physically attacking and just smash us. So, boo to that if that happens. Alright, do I need Elfric's Auspices? Shouldn't do. Nice. Technically, you can cast Elfric Auspices on yourself and then buff everyone. That's another way of doing it. Isn't that what Elfric's... No, Elfric's does the thingy, but... So Prim is to cast on Ferion. Ferion's to Cleric and then sort everyone. It's too complicated. I don't need Elfric's, no. I just need my powers. That'll be fine. So he's a Cleric. Let's equip him up. So at this point, who's our major spell dealer of damage at the moment? Technically, let's get the special staff on you then. Am I over-strategizing this fight? Probably. But to be honest, with Alfin in as backup, we got 2 healers technically party. We should be okay no matter what. He says. Alright, what am I doing? That's what I'm doing. Alright, Wizard Rod we're taking off. Sorry about that. That's going over here. So we've got the Unseen Saber, the physical attack there. Viper Dagger to deal with the ultimate strength I can do. That's for your element attack, so technically we'll give you the Death Cleaver! Have Death Cleaver! Occasionally poisons target as well, so that's not too bad. You're getting speed off the sword when you use it. You got accuracy there on that. It's a bit of element attack too for no reason, because you just want physical attack on that really. You got critical, I don't know. Right, Ruin Hatchet, that's all good. And technically, you need a spell weapon. No, you need a job. Oh, wait a second. Couldn't you go healer then? I'd have to have Ferret as a healer. Oh, I need a scholar. Yeah, I need a scholar. For analyze. Okay, yeah. That's fine. That's what I'm missing. I knew I was missing something. Just felt wrong. There's my magic power up. Cool. We've got that now. So with that, the party should be incredibly decked up with abilities. So Alfin's going to use Leg Hold Trap at one point, but Mainsley's going to concoct BP. He actually hasn't got any skills in Hunter whatsoever currently. So let's give him Leg Hold Trap and Arrow Storm just in case. You know what? Technically, take aim as well, you know. Just in case we need it. Thunderbird and that, maybe not so much. We can always use his concocts to hit weaknesses, so that's fine. Healing wise, we should be good. I think that's the party we're going to go with. Local electrician Magus. contemplative on this. I'm just thinking about how I can easily win. That's all we care about, isn't it? Easily winning. You need a job. You can't function without a job. And apart from that, the couple of skills we want on, we got recipients there, that's cool. We should be fine with everything else by the look of it. Status augmentations we grant last an extra turn, so that's good.